Hello folks, welcome to this week's edition of the Satori Traders Precious Metals News. Hope everyone is doing fantastic. A little bit of a different take this week. Let's start with, I want to talk just a little bit. I want to share some of the resources that I use for precious metal. This is 321gold.com. This is Bob Moriarty's site. Bob Moriarty, he's in his early to mid 80s. I like Bob. He's crusty. He speaks his mind. He doesn't pull any punches. Obviously, on his website, he's an aggregator of authors who write about the precious metals space. And so if you look here, you know, Keith Weiner, Morris Hubbard, Adam Hamilton. So anyway, you see he's got a collection of articles from miscellaneous authors. When you get to a site like this, you know, obviously it's a lot of material to digest. And so what I tend to do is, you know, over the years after reading lots of material, I've found the authors that I like. Adam Hamilton, he's incredibly intelligent. I pay attention to his work. And so anyway, this is 321. Every day Bob skims the news flow for the mining sector and posts updates on the stocks that he follows and the stocks that are broadly followed. So anyway, 321 Gold is a good resource to be aware of. This is Adam Hamilton's latest work. A couple of interesting points in here. And again, I strongly encourage you to pay attention to Adam's work. Here he is. He's pointing out that since the big scary plunge in March of 2020, the Fed has increased their balance sheet by 3.7 trillion dollars, and that we've doubled the dollar supply in 15 months. So anyway, incredible amount of money creating that has been going on. Now, Adam's charts, he packs a lot of data into his charts, and so they're very busy. Now I will assure you that they are decipherable. So if you take the time to go into his explanation and look at his charts, you will be able to understand what he is describing. There's a lot of information in his charts. So this was an update on NOVO in this week's news flow. So the company continues to improve production at their Nullagine mill, and throughput is increasing, recovery grades are increasing, and then of course this positive cash flow in May and June. Obviously that's what we want to see from the mining companies we invest in. This is Lion One drill results they're reporting, and it's interesting. So they're reporting high grade drill results, and these certainly qualify as 33 grams per ton of gold. That's a full ounce. That's an ounce of gold in a ton of rock. So that rock, if we want to look at it this way, that ton of rock is worth $1,800 or so. That's some pretty valuable rock. A rule of thumb that I like to keep in mind when I'm looking at gold drill results is something that Dr. Quentin Henney shared with us, and that is the rule of 100. And so we take the richness of the intercept, so we've got 33 grams per ton in this case, and that intercept was over a distance of 1.2 meters. According to Dr. Henney, we take the 33.8, we multiply it by the 1.2, and we get a number. In this case, it's going to be 35, 36, something like that. When we see a number, when we multiply these two numbers together and we get a result that is larger than 100, we want to pay attention, because those kind of numbers they don't occur as often. So we want to perk up and pay attention when that happens. So we can see here 6 times 9 is 54. So pretty interesting hole, but it's not the 100. There we get 35 or so. This would be a 40 or so. So anyway, this is definitely high grade gold, but it's not the blow your skirts up 100 number that we really get excited about. But there's a lot of information right here in this little paragraph, and of course Lion One, they are in the midst of their 2021 drill program. What they're telling us here is that they've got 3 phases or 3 prongs of their drill program. They're doing shallow infill drilling to expand their existing resources. resource. And so keep in mind, Lion 1 has a historic existing resource already. They're expanding that resource, and then they're going deep. They're drilling deep, looking for the deep gold. This is an alkaline gold system. And according to Dr. Henney, that type of gold system tends to run deep, like a kilometer, 1.2, even 1.5 kilometers deep, and then also get richer as the depth increases. And so that's why they're drilling deep here, is that they're going straight for the money. You know, the sweet shot is finding that rich, deep gold for this alkaline system, and that's what they're looking for here. Another thing that isn't immediately obvious from this paragraph, if you don't know the backstory here, this drilling from underground. So this is another thing. Lion 1, this historic land package, includes an added access to the underground, where the company is able to get in out of the rainy season and continue drilling year round with the 2 underground drill rigs that they just bought. So that's another prong of their drill program this year. Let's see. And then this is exciting as well. So Lion 1 is drilling, their land package encompasses a 7-kilometer wide collapsed volcano top. So it's caldera, 7-kilometer wide caldera of a collapsed volcano with a proven gold resource. And so now they're going off and exploring what they expect, based on previous exploration, will be their next high-grade gold resource. So anyway, that's Lion 1 in the news. Eloro. So Eloro is drilling for silver, and this deposit is polymetallic, so silver tin with some other stuff mixed in. When we're looking at drill results from polymetallic resources, we have to pay attention to the reported results. And so in this case, you see that per ton, that's equivalent per ton. And so what they're telling us is this drill result returned an equivalent to 70 grams of silver per ton. They didn't actually find 70 grams of silver per ton, but the combination of all of the metal is the equivalent of 70 grams per ton. And so that's, you know, just over 2 ounces of silver per ton. So that's Eloro in the news. A couple of charts that caught my eye. This is Ethos Gold in the weekly time frame, and we've got a couple of the last 2 candlesticks are bullish. They're dojis with long lower tails. We always like seeing bullish dojis like that. Volume, you know, general uptrend. Accumulation distribution obviously turning back up. Investors are showing a renewed interest in this stock. MACD is in bull mode with both indicator lines clearly above the 0 level. Energy is elevated based on stochastics. So anyway, some nice action going on here in Ethos or Ethos, however you want to say that. What's current price? What are we at? 35 cents or so. Obviously penny stock. Ethos Gold is a Quentin Henney property. They have land packages in Canada and Nevada, currently advancing several drill projects. Crescat's aboard. So I think we talked about Ethos just last week. So that's Ethos. And Altamira, another Dr. Henney property, 2 bullish candlesticks. That's in the daily time frame. So that was Thursday and Friday. Accumulation distribution has remained elevated. So investors are hanging with this stock regardless of this price action, this pull. MACD obviously down at oversold level, energy in the basement, but those 2 candles are bullish. Folks, we're at 12 minutes on the mining stocks. I think I'm going to break here. We'll do this as a separate video, and then I'll come back and do a market overview as a second video.